It's quite a challenge actually to speak. And you aren't going to find me at my normal, because it's quite difficult to talk to some very old staff, founding members, and some Bharat. I won't speak much because I think it's quite unfair, but I think it's, I just like to place on record that even a Prime Minister did that, no? So I would say. But on an occasion like this, there are only 2 days in my life and as associated with DPS in which I didn't sleep for a minute. One was the first day when we started the school. I'm deviating from what I thought I'd speak, but I'm just speaking what comes to my mind. I saw this lovely documentary put up by some of the kids from the school. And one was the day when the school started, and I saw these little kids coming in, Parth and Shikhar and all these kids. And we saw the buses, and you saw a young principal. And they came in to sit in rather comfortable classrooms in which there were desks and chairs. But what really we didn't know about is the fact that on that particular night we had not slept at all. Bharat, Dilip Sharma, Mishra Ji, Neeraj, myself, I think so Sangeeta had called it a day and she had gone off at about 12 past midnight, just 1 o'clock or so. We were just calling it a day at about 2 o'clock when all of a sudden we found that there were just not enough chairs in some classrooms in which the children were going to come and sit. I think so it was the 5th class. And then when we started counting the chairs, then we realized we were 42 chairs were short. And we had 207 kids on the rolls. So when we did the rate check, we thought that how would the children, in case they all came to school, and in our schooling system we take about 92% to be the average attendance of a class across, so in case there were 200 kids, there would be about 18, 20 children who would be absent. But still, then how would we accommodate those 42 kids or 222 children who actually were surplus? And there was a lot of heartburn and there was a lot of temper started fraying, and Dilip Sharma started saying, what is this, you people have not even gone to the desks and chairs. We didn't have trucks or anything, so we had a bus which we got the driver in. And we said, we think we've got some furniture in Rathore in the store in which Suresh used to stay, so Suresh is still here in the store. So I remember me and Dilip Sharma going to Rathore and going and waking up Suresh and telling him, just open up the store because I think we require to have more desks and chairs because tomorrow morning it's the wrong way to start the school. A school without blackboards and without desks and chairs is much worse than a school without any children. I mean, if we had to do what we could do. And all the time we were thinking what to do. One was thinking what we'll borrow from somewhere, and other was that we'll make them share. But we didn't want to start DPS like this. And we were very certain that we had the furniture, we had put some surplus furniture, but it had not reached. When we started counting, we realized that. And luckily for us, the furniture was there. So we packed all that furniture in one of the school buses. Surendra was the driver. And we brought it and we put those 42. It took us about till 4 o'clock in the morning. Then all of a sudden we realized that 2 class or 3 classes were dirty because the people who were polishing the things had not washed it off. So we decided to get them washed. So by the time it finished at about 5:30, so I told Bharat and Dilip and all, I said, let's let me go and shave because I need to look presentable and let me meet the children. And I need to have a quick bite because I was younger, but not so young. Whole night without anything. So I rushed home, I went, had a shave, had a bath, had a quick toast or something like this. And what you saw the bus coming in and me receiving the kids was that particular state of mind. So in case you're looking very shabby in that was because I had slept a wink at night. That was the first time in my life that I came to work without a wink of sleep. The second time that I've come to do something in GPS without a wink of sleep is today. I was told that there's the Alumni Meet. I was not getting my bookings on the flights because the schools closed down in Dubai on the 18th, 17th. And there were no direct flights coming in from Sharjah which were not booked, or from Dubai. But I had to make it because I wanted to meet all the kids. So I went to Abu Dhabi and I got into a flight. And from Abu Dhabi I went to Muscat. And by the time I landed at Muscat, it was 2 o'clock in the morning. And now you see a man who was very old, with white hair. So it was not a 45-year-old man, it was a 60-year-old man. And by the time I checked in and went to the transfers and all, got into my thing, I was feeling very, very sleepy. But my flight has to take off at 5 o'clock. And I can't trust myself, because once I sleep, then I sleep. So you never sleep when you're feeling very, very sleepy, because then you won't get up. So I kept awake, and by the time I landed in Jaipur, it was 9:30. I thought I'd get some sleep, but then I saw some cricket being played by some boys, past versus present. So I said, I must go and sit down and watch cricket and let me catch up with some of the kids. So somebody told me Robin Kateva is there, and Siddharth Kateva is there, and so on and so forth. So I went and watched cricket, and I went to what you see is somebody who's not slept a wink. There are two things I draw from this. One, I feel immensely proud that DPS can drive people to do things they thought they could never do. I could never. I'm a very comfort-loving man. After 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, I'd love to have my world my way. I just love it. There's no question about it. Whether I have a Pepsi or whether I have a drink or whether I have something, I like my life. And I need to sleep at 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock. I need to do that. And I need to get up at 6 o'clock. There's no way I'd like to miss out on my night sleep. I can't imagine missing out on night sleep. But these two incidents have made me feel, and I feel very normal apart from the emotions, which has nothing to do with your tiredness. It's got something to do with the state of the mind and not of the body. I feel that TPS is something which really drives you to do things which you think you can never do. And that's the great legacy of this school. And it's not a legacy built by one person. It's a legacy built by the teachers, by the students, by the principals, by the previous principal. When I left the school and I see it now, I'd like to place on record, there's been a tremendous change. From the time of Seema Bhatnagar and now, it's been a great change. Everybody contributes to it. You people have come here, you have contributed to it, and please keep coming for alumni meets. You know, people like us come and go, but the alumni continues, the alumni takes over. By the time I'm dead, you will just be 40, 50 years of age. I come from a school which is 105 years old. There are people who are 92 years old who attend the meet. Can you imagine 9, 10 generations, decades of that experience, but they are not entitled to office in the alumni meet. They are there because they represent a particular legacy. You boys and girls must represent this great legacy of GPS Jaipur. The future is yours, and part of your future will be the kind of school you went to. The Doon School is very proud of its alumni. Your college is very proud of alumni. They were not built in 1 day or 2 days or 5 years or 10 years. They were built over decades. But the alumni took it forward. The responsibility to take it forward is yours. and pass on the baton to the new generations. I feel very happy when I see some of the children who were there in the first day sitting here and sitting. And that's it. You've got to continue doing this. Apart from that, there's too much that had happened in this school. There's too much to share. There's too much to think about. There's still so much to do. Institutions never should rest. I am very fond. Some teachers asked me one day in some DPS Ahmedabad or Cretense or something, I don't know, I don't remember. So how can we make our school like Eton or Harrow? I don't really think very high of those schools. How can we make it like them? I mean, amongst our DPS, how can we make DPS Jaipur like DPS RK? That's the wrong question. It's not. DPS RK or Eton and Harrow are a ceiling. It's a glass ceiling in our mind. Harvard is a glass ceiling in our mind. We need to break that. By the time you try to be like that, you think so DPS Jaipur, DPS RK Puram or Harvard University or Mayo College are going to be waiting? No. We've got to say, how can we not only be like them, how can we be better than them? You've got to break the glass ceiling. And this can't be done just by the teachers and the principals and the administrators of the school. It has to be done by you. Some of you will become big editors of newspapers, some of you will become television artists, some of you will become lawyers, some of you will wield considerable power in society. All of you. Some of you will be fabulous doctors, engineers, lawyers. And the school's name will all the time be associated. In Wikipedia, you'll always find Abhishek Manu Singh went to this school, was educated at this school. So the responsibility is great. हम तो पल दो पल के शायर हैं, पल दो पल हमारी कहानी है. You know, it's just transitory. It's nice to see Meenu, nice to see Preeti, nice to see Shahir Ranjo, nice to see Manisha, Nessa, Puna, Mrs. Dheer. Very nice to see you. Nice to see Abhinav Banke. You aged me. If I got grey hair, part of it is yours. One day Abhinav came to my office. Just 1 minute, just one. One day Abhinav came to my office, and I'm not going to name the boy with whom he had this perpetual war, which is just, they were all the time fighting, I don't know over what. Though I know over what they were fighting. So he came to my office one day, and he had beaten the boy the previous day. Maybe 2-3 times before. Both of them were hostlers. Of course, the other boy was not going to take it lying down, and so he got Abhinav, I can say. So he came to my room and he was wild, and he says, look at this, and he took off his shirt and he showed me all scratches. Now I don't know whether he remembers it or not.
Yes, I do.
But I said, oh God, but this guy has physically assaulted you, and
So you took a picture
he
of
said, yes, sir. So I needed to be serious. So I knew this was a normal boys' fight. And we've seen this happening so much. You can't take them to the police. They're juveniles. But he needed to be assured, So I told him, I said, oh God, this is terrible. I said, just a minute. He said, sir, should I send him? I said, no need. I said, no need. I had a camera with me, which I normally kept. So I said, come. And I took 6 photographs of him. In case you want it, I can show you those photographs. So, nice to see you. Where's Shafiq? Sadiq?
Sir, he's also in Noida, sir. He's in
Okay.
from
Give him my love in case you meet him.
He's an advocate lawyer.
And then there was this another child who came. You know, principal does not require to have intelligence. Geeta is a very intelligent person, but I was not so intelligent. So, the principal requires me to have a lot of courage. And there was this boy who was there in the hostel. I'm not going to name him as usual, I'm respecting his privacy. Many of you obviously know him. And in the early days, maybe the 15th or 16th day, earliest day, I get a call from one of the chefs at the hostel, Bhattacharya, who himself went away after that. He told me, sir, this boy has run away. So I said, he's run away. So he said, yes, sir, he's run away. I said, where? So he said, sir, I don't know, but he's run away. Now, this was very, very serious. A chap has run away, we don't know where. Two questions. Has he been kidnapped? And in case he's run away, will he be run over by a truck? How to inform the parents? Should we lodge a report with the police? Because in case something has happened, you have to lodge a report with the police. Once you report to the police in the evening at the Bagru Thana, immediately the crime beat reporter comes and he'll check, अच्छा ये report है, every next day the GPS से बच्चा भाग गया. You know, those kind of things, no principle wants to happen. So I called the senior members of the staff. I said, this fellow has run away. And one of them knew this fellow's background. He's a very lovely child, let me tell you. I don't see him here, and I don't really know where he is. I have not met him after that. But they said, sir, he to purane school se bhi bhaga tha. I said, "Bhai, bhaga tha. Ye aa jayega wapas." I said, "I don't work like that. Aa jayega to kab tak aayega?"